Ladies and gentlemen, friends and seekers of truth, I want to speak to you today about something that, once you understand it, will transform your entire life. It is the key to mastering your emotions, to walking through life unscathed by the challenges that would otherwise break you. I'm talking about a profound understanding, a revelation, that once you grasp it, nothing will hurt you again. Life is a journey, and the way we perceive it dictates how we experience it. Often we get caught up in believing that the events around us have the ultimate power to shape our lives. We think that circumstances are the determining factor in our happiness or success. The truth, however, is that life is not about what happens to us, but about how we interpret those events. The very core of human experience is shaped by our perspective. The way we view the world, the way we look at ourselves, and the way we interpret the challenges we face. Take a moment to consider this. Every event in your life, whether it's a moment of joy or a period of pain, is colored by the lens through which you view it. When you change your perspective, you change the entire experience. A problem, when seen through the eyes of defeat, can become overwhelming and insurmountable. But the same problem, when viewed through the lens of growth, becomes an opportunity for development, learning, and personal strength. The situation itself doesn't change, but the way you perceive it makes all the difference. Think of the many obstacles and challenges you've faced in your life. How often have you found that a seemingly devastating experience became less overwhelming when you changed the way you looked at it? A setback that initially felt like the end of the world could have, with a shift in perspective, turned into the foundation for something better, something stronger. That's because your response to life's challenges is not dictated by the situation itself, but by how you choose to see and engage with it. The key to this power of perspective lies in the realization that you have the ability to decide how to interpret your circumstances. Life will throw many things at you, good and bad, happy and sad, easy and difficult. The one thing you cannot control is what happens to you. But the one thing you do have control over is how you respond. When you begin to see life through this lens, you gain tremendous power over your own experience. You learn that no matter what happens to you, you have the power to decide how to process it and what meaning to attach to it. What happens then when you begin to view challenges not as obstacles, but as stepping stones? When you understand that every painful moment has the potential to teach you something valuable, you begin to embrace every part of your journey, whether it's filled with joy or sorrow, as an integral part of your growth. Nothing in life can hurt you anymore because you understand that pain is a teacher and joy is a reward for the strength you've built. Every experience, both positive and negative, serves a greater purpose. It shapes you, molds you, and refines you into the person you are destined to become. The true power of perspective is that it frees you from victimhood. It frees you from the belief that life is happening to you and gives you the understanding that life is happening for you. When you begin to perceive life this way, you shift from a mindset of helplessness to one of empowerment. You are no longer a passive observer, you are an active participant in shaping your own story. The external world no longer has the power to determine how you feel or how you respond. You hold the pen to your own narrative. Moreover, understanding the power of perspective allows you to maintain peace in situations that would otherwise disturb your inner harmony. People can be rude, unkind, or difficult, but their actions only hurt you if you choose to let them. Situations can be stressful, but stress only becomes overwhelming when you allow it to control your mind. When you change your perspective, you shift the power back into your hands. You choose peace over chaos. You choose calm over stress. You choose joy over bitterness. One of the most liberating realizations you can have in life is understanding that nothing can harm you unless you allow it to. When you adopt the mindset that your perspective shapes your reality, you begin to understand that your inner state is your choice. It doesn't matter what happens on the outside. If you choose to respond with peace, strength, and understanding, no external circumstance can touch your soul. You become untouchable because you have mastered the art of choosing your response, no matter the situation. This is not to say that you won't experience pain, hurt, or disappointment. Those emotions are a natural part of the human experience. But even in the midst of pain, when you understand that your perspective shapes your reality, you can choose to find meaning in the struggle. You can choose to see it as an opportunity for growth rather than an unfair burden. It is this ability to shift your perspective that allows you to rise above life's challenges no matter how heavy they may seem at the time. When you master the power of perspective, nothing can truly hurt you again. The trials of life become mere moments in a journey of transformation. The storms pass, the sun shines again, and you emerge stronger, wiser, and more capable than before. The key to this resilience lies not in avoiding pain, but in understanding how to look at pain through the lens of growth and opportunity. When you truly grasp this understanding, nothing, not joy, not pain, can have the power to harm you again. When you truly understand your purpose, you unlock a powerful force within you, an inner strength that keeps you steady in the face of life's storms. Purpose is more than just a goal or a vision of success. It is the very foundation upon which your life stands. It provides a sense of direction, a clarity of focus, and a deep sense of stability that transcends external circumstances. Purpose acts as the anchor in the midst of turbulent waters. And when you are anchored in your purpose, no storm can truly shake you. Every single person on this earth has a unique purpose, a specific reason for their existence. It may not always be immediately clear, and sometimes the journey to understanding it can be long and winding, but once you grasp the significance of your purpose, your entire perspective on life changes. Purpose gives you a roadmap. It guides your decisions, your actions, and your responses to the challenges that come your way. Without a clear sense of purpose, it's easy to feel lost, confused, or adrift, as though you're just reacting to whatever life throws at you. But when you know your purpose, you move with intention, and you navigate through life with a steady hand. When life becomes difficult, and it inevitably will, your purpose is the anchor that keeps you grounded. Difficult times don't just appear, they arrive in waves, sometimes crashing unexpectedly, leaving you feeling disoriented or defeated. But it is in these moments of hardship that your understanding of your purpose becomes your greatest source of strength. When you know why you're here, what you are meant to achieve, and how your unique gifts and talents contribute to the greater good, you are less likely to be thrown off course. Instead of seeing challenges as insurmountable obstacles, you begin to see them as opportunities for growth. Each setback becomes a lesson in perseverance, and each hardship becomes an opportunity to demonstrate your commitment to your purpose. Think about the times when you faced significant challenges in your life. What helped you keep going? What allowed you to stand back up after being knocked down? The answer lies in your sense of purpose. It is purpose that pushes you to continue when things are tough, that helps you rise after failure, and that drives you to work harder when everything seems against you. Purpose infuses you with resilience and determination, enabling you to endure the trials of life with a sense of hope and belief that something greater is unfolding, even if you can't see it right now. Moreover, purpose provides clarity in moments of confusion. Life can often feel overwhelming when there are too many competing demands or too many choices to make. But when you are clear about your purpose, decision-making becomes simpler. Your purpose acts as a filter through which you evaluate your choices. Does this choice align with my purpose? Does this decision bring me closer to fulfilling my mission? With purpose, you no longer waste time chasing things that don't matter or engaging in pursuits that leave you unfulfilled. You are laser-focused on what truly matters to you, and this focus brings a sense of peace, knowing that you are on the right path. It is also important to understand that your purpose is not only for your own benefit, it extends beyond you. Your purpose is intrinsically tied to something greater than yourself, whether it's contributing to your family, your community, or the world at large. When you understand that your purpose has a broad impact, it empowers you even further. You realize that the struggles you face are not just personal, they are part of a larger picture, part of the legacy you are building for future generations. Knowing that your actions, even when small, have a ripple effect on others gives you the strength to push through when you are tempted to give up. It is the knowledge that your purpose is connected to a greater good that allows you to see beyond your immediate circumstances and persevere, no matter the obstacles. Purpose also provides stability in times of uncertainty. Life is full of unknowns. Things don't always go as planned, and the road can sometimes feel unpredictable. But when you are anchored in your purpose, the unknowns don't scare you. Instead, they become part of the adventure, part of the process of becoming the person you were always meant to be. Your purpose serves as a constant reminder that no matter how unpredictable the journey, you are moving towards something meaningful, something that gives your life significance. And this understanding of purpose, this deep-rooted belief in why you are here, offers you an inner peace that remains unshaken, even when everything around you seems to be in flux. In the face of adversity, your purpose will always be your strongest ally. It is what will give you the strength to persevere, the courage to rise above your challenges, and the resilience to turn obstacles into stepping stones. The storms of life will come, but when you are anchored in your purpose, they will not move you. Instead of being swept away by the winds of doubt, fear, or frustration, you will stand firm, knowing that every storm is a part of your growth. Purpose empowers you to see every difficulty as an opportunity for transformation, turning moments of hardship into moments of progress. And as you embrace your purpose fully, you will discover that not only can you endure, but you can thrive, turning every challenge into a testament to the strength and power that resides within you. We live in a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable. Every day we are bombarded with events, opinions, and circumstances that are beyond our control. People will say things that hurt, situations will arise that frustrate us, and life may not always go according to plan. The external world is constantly trying to impose its will on us, telling us how to feel, how to respond, and even how to think. But here is the truth that can set you free. You always have the power to choose how you respond. The power of choice is one of the most profound gifts we have as human beings. It is the ability to determine our reaction to any given situation, no matter how difficult or unfair it may seem. In the heat of a moment, when everything feels out of control, we can still choose our response. That choice is the ultimate expression of our freedom and our power. Many people go through life believing that their emotional state is entirely dictated by the events and people around them. They feel angered by others' actions, stressed by circumstances, or overwhelmed by life's challenges. But the reality is that no one can make you feel anything without your consent. Your emotions, your reactions, and your state of mind are within your control. And once you truly understand this, you become the master of your emotional world. This doesn't mean that challenges, conflict, or pain won't come your way. Life will inevitably throw curveballs, but it is in these moments of difficulty that your power of choice becomes most critical. Will you respond with fear, with anger, with resentment, or will you respond with peace, understanding, or grace? The choice is yours, and this choice has the power to shape your reality. Think about how often you have reacted to a situation impulsively, only to regret it later. We've all had moments where we've let our emotions get the best of us, when anger led to harsh words, fear led to paralysis, or stress led to unnecessary worry. But in those same moments, if we had paused and remembered that we had the power to choose our response, the outcome could have been very different. In every moment, we have the opportunity to shift our mindset, to step back from the chaos, and to decide how we will react. The real power of choice lies in its ability to transform us. When you understand that your emotional state is not dictated by the actions of others or the circumstances around you, you begin to take responsibility for your own peace of mind. You become intentional about your responses, knowing that your emotional state is not something that can be manipulated by external forces. You are the one who decides whether you react with anger, frustration, or whether you choose to respond with calm and control. Take, for example, a difficult conversation. Someone may say something that triggers you, causing you to feel defensive or hurt. In that moment, the world may seem to be forcing you into a reaction. But what if, instead of reacting immediately, you chose to take a deep breath, to pause, and to think before responding? What if, instead of responding with hurt or anger, you responded with understanding, kindness, or even silence? By taking a moment to choose your response, you shift the entire energy of the situation. Understanding the power of choice also allows you to release the need for external validation. You no longer rely on others to make you feel good about yourself, because you recognize that your emotional state is your responsibility. No matter what someone says to you, you decide whether you let their words define your worth. No matter what situation arises, you choose whether it has the power to disturb your inner peace. This is a profound shift, moving from being a reactive person who is constantly tossed around by the waves of life to being a person who is anchored, stable, and in control of their responses. Choosing your response is also a powerful act of self-care. When you allow yourself to respond to life with peace and intentionality, you protect your emotional well-being. You are no longer a slave to the whims of others, and you are no longer at the mercy of your own impulses. Instead, you step into a place of mastery where you are in charge of your emotional state, no matter the external circumstances. This mastery over your emotional world empowers you to stay centered, to maintain clarity, and to keep moving forward no matter what challenges arise. Moreover, the power of choice extends beyond just our immediate responses. It influences the trajectory of our lives. The decisions we make today shape the person we become tomorrow. Choosing to respond with peace instead of anger, with forgiveness instead of bitterness, with love instead of hate, all contribute to the creation of a life that reflects our highest values and ideals. Our choices over time compound to create the reality we live in, and when we choose wisely, we create a life of purpose, harmony, and peace. The beauty of this power is that it is always available to you. At any moment, no matter the circumstance, you have the ability to pause, reflect, and choose how you will respond. This power is within you, waiting to be exercised, and it will change your life in profound ways. When you realize that no one can steal your peace without your permission, you become unshakable. Life may be unpredictable, but your response to it is entirely within your control. And in this simple yet profound truth lies the key to true emotional freedom. The power to choose. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful and liberating actions you can take in your life. It's not just a gift you give to others, it's a profound gift you give to yourself. When you understand the true nature of forgiveness, you begin to experience freedom in ways you may never have imagined. Holding on to grudges, anger, or past hurts keeps you bound to the very thing that caused your pain. It is like carrying a heavy weight that only drags you down, keeping you stuck in a cycle of bitterness, resentment, and sorrow. But forgiveness, true forgiveness, has the power to break those chains and set you free. You see, forgiveness is not about excusing the wrongs done to you or pretending that pain never happened. It's not about minimizing the hurt or allowing others to walk over you. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself from the emotional prison that those past hurts have created. It's about choosing to let go of the anger, the bitterness, and the resentment that weigh on your heart, so that you can move forward in peace and freedom. Many people live their lives shackled by past experiences, whether it's a broken relationship, a betrayal, a failure, or some other painful event. These memories become like chains, holding them back from experiencing the fullness of life. Every time they think about the pain, they re-experience it in their hearts. But what's important to realize is that the person who is most affected by your unforgiveness is not the one who wronged you. It is you. Holding on to hurt keeps you bound to the past, and as long as you hold on to that hurt, it remains a part of you, dictating your present emotions and responses. True forgiveness is not about letting someone off the hook for their actions. It's about choosing not to let their actions control you any longer. When you forgive, you break free from the control that the past has over your life. You free yourself from being constantly tethered to a moment in time that no longer serves you. Instead of continuing to carry the weight of that hurt, forgiveness allows you to release it and move forward with peace in your heart. You may be thinking, but how can I forgive? How can I let go of something so painful? The answer lies in understanding that forgiveness is not a one-time event. It is a process. It begins with a decision to let go of the need for revenge or justice, and it continues with the gradual release of the emotional weight that the hurt has caused you. Forgiveness doesn't mean you forget what happened or that you condone the actions of others. It simply means that you are no longer allowing those actions to control you. You are no longer allowing them to shape your future. The freedom that comes with forgiveness is a kind of liberation that can change everything. When you release others, you simultaneously release yourself from the chains that have held you back. You allow space for healing, restoration, and emotional renewal. Instead of being consumed by the past, you open yourself up to new possibilities. You make room for peace, for joy, and for love to flow freely into your life. Forgiveness creates a clean slate, not just for the person who wronged you, but for your heart, for your spirit, and for your future. In many ways, forgiveness is like cutting the ties that bind you to an unhealthy past. It allows you to walk forward unburdened by the weight of yesterday. Imagine what it would feel like to wake up each day without the heavy burden of old wounds, without the emotional baggage of unresolved hurt. That is the power of forgiveness. It gives you the opportunity to live a life unburdened by pain, free to embrace each new day with a sense of peace and possibility. One of the most important truths to grasp is that forgiveness does not depend on the other person's actions. You don't need the person who hurt you to apologize or change in order for you to forgive. Forgiveness is about taking back control of your own heart and emotion. It's about refusing to let someone else's actions dictate how you feel. When you forgive, you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for yourself. You're choosing freedom over bondage, peace over turmoil, and healing over hurt. The freedom of forgiveness also opens the door to emotional and spiritual restoration. When you forgive, you allow yourself to heal. The wounds that once seemed deep and unhealable begin to close, and your heart starts to mend. You begin to experience peace where there once was anger, and calm where there once was chaos. Forgiveness allows you to reclaim your emotional health and your well-being, giving you the ability to live fully in the present, without the shadow of past hurts hanging over you. Forgiveness is not just an emotional act. It is a transformative process that can lead to physical, mental, and spiritual healing. It clears the way for you to be the best version of yourself, unencumbered by past pain. When you hold on to grudges, you are holding yourself in a state of emotional captivity. But when you forgive, you set yourself free. You choose to release the past and embrace a future that is not defined by what has happened to you, but by the peace and healing you have chosen to carry with you. So choose forgiveness. Release the past and let go of the pain. Free yourself from the emotional prison that has been holding you back. Embrace the peace and healing that come with forgiveness and step into the freedom to live your life unburdened. The true power of forgiveness is not just in what you do for others, but in what it does for you. It is the key to emotional and spiritual freedom, a freedom that will allow you to live fully without the weight of the past. Adversity is often seen as an enemy, a force that stands in the way of our happiness and success. We dread it, avoid it, and wish it would disappear. But what if I told you that adversity is not an enemy? What if adversity is not here to break you, but to build you? When you begin to understand that life's difficulties are not obstacles to your progress, but essential components of your growth process, everything changes. The trials you face, the struggles that seem overwhelming, and the challenges that cause you pain are all part of a larger plan to shape you into the person you are meant to become. At first glance, adversity can feel cruel and unjust. It can feel like the weight of the world is crashing down on you, and you may wonder why things are so difficult. But the truth is, adversity is a teacher. It comes into your life not to destroy you, but to refine you. The most powerful lessons in life often come from the most difficult experiences. It's easy to learn when everything is going well, but it's during the hard times that you are forced to grow, to dig deeper, and to discover the strength you never knew you had. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to learn, to evolve, and to strengthen your character. Think about the times in your life when you faced significant challenges. Looking back, you may now see that those experiences, painful as they were, taught you things you could never have learned otherwise. They shaped your resilience, sharpened your wisdom, and deepened your understanding of yourself and the world around you. Adversity has a unique way of pushing you beyond your comfort zone and forcing you to develop new skills and new ways of thinking. In those moments of hardship, you are forced to find solutions, to problem solve, and to discover resources within yourself that you never knew existed. But the key to transforming adversity into strength lies in how you perceive it. If you view challenges as insurmountable obstacles, or as signs that you are not good enough, then you will only feel defeated by them. However, if you understand that adversity is not meant to harm you, but to refine you, you begin to approach every challenge with a sense of purpose. You start to see every difficulty as a stepping stone, every setback as a setup for a comeback, and every failure as an opportunity to learn and grow. One of the most important shifts you can make is to stop seeing adversity as something to avoid and instead start seeing it as an opportunity to develop. Think of adversity as a crucible, a vessel in which raw materials are heated and melted down to create something stronger and more refined. Just as metal must endure heat and pressure to become stronger, you too must endure life's difficulties to grow into the person you are meant to be. Without adversity, there is no transformation, no growth, and no real progress. Every challenge you face contains within it the seed of your development. It's easy to see the immediate pain, frustration, or fear that comes with adversity, but if you look deeper, you will find that within every difficulty lies an opportunity to learn something new, to build your resilience, and to become a stronger, wiser individual. The challenges you face today are not meant to break you, they are meant to refine you, to purify you, and to prepare you for the future that awaits. Adversity also teaches you the power of perseverance. When things are going smoothly, it's easy to feel confident and capable, but it's when you face adversity that you discover the depth of your strength and determination. Every time you overcome a challenge, you grow in confidence and belief in your own abilities. Adversity forces you to develop a mindset of resilience, teaching you that failure is not final and that setbacks are not the end of the road. Every challenge is an opportunity to rise above, to push through, and to prove to yourself that you are capable of handling whatever life throws at you. Moreover, adversity helps you develop a deeper understanding of others. When you go through hard times, you begin to empathize with those who are going through similar struggles. You develop a sense of compassion, humility, and understanding that allows you to connect with others on a deeper level. The lessons you learn from adversity are not only for your own growth, they also equip you to help and support others who are facing their own challenges. As you grow stronger, you become a source of strength for those around you. Understanding the truth about adversity allows you to approach life with a greater sense of calm and confidence. You no longer fear the storms of life because you understand that they are not here to destroy you, they are here to strengthen you. You understand that the difficulties you face are not signs of failure, but signs that you are growing, evolving, and moving forward on your journey. So the next time you face adversity, instead of retreating in fear or frustration, embrace it, see it for what it truly is, a tool for your development, a stepping stone toward becoming a better version of yourself. Understand that every challenge is part of the process that will refine you, that will teach you, and that will make you stronger. And know this, adversity is not meant to harm you, it is meant to build you. When you embrace this truth, you will discover that nothing can break you, because you are being constantly refined and shaped into something greater. Every challenge you face is not an obstacle, it is an opportunity for growth. True peace is not a fleeting emotion or a temporary state that comes only when everything in life is calm and perfect. Rather, it is a deep, unwavering state of being that comes from within you. It is a sense of calm that remains unshaken no matter what external circumstances may arise. The power of unshakable peace is a resilience that allows you to remain steady in the midst of chaos. When you understand the true nature of inner peace, you realize that it is not about controlling the world around you or avoiding life's challenges. It is about mastering your own internal state, no matter what happens outside of you. In life, we often search for peace in the form of external circumstances, hoping for quiet moments, smooth relationships, or favorable outcomes. While those things may bring temporary relief, they are not the foundation of true peace. True peace comes from within and is not dependent on your environment or external conditions. It is a state of mind and spirit that cannot be shaken by the storms of life. The world around you may be in turmoil, people may disappoint you, and challenges may arise, but your peace remains intact when you understand its true source. The key to this unshakable peace lies in your ability to control your response to the world around you. Life may throw curveballs, people may act in ways that frustrate or hurt you, and circumstances may seem overwhelming, but when you are anchored in peace, you are no longer at the mercy of those things. You recognize that external situations do not have the power to determine your inner state unless you allow them to. True peace comes from the deep understanding that no matter what happens outside of you, you have the power to control how you respond. This inner peace is not the absence of challenges or trouble, but the ability to remain calm and centered in the face of adversity. True peace is a mindset, a decision, and a commitment to remain grounded, no matter how turbulent life may become. It is in the most challenging moments that the power of inner peace truly shines. When everything is chaotic, when the world around you seems out of control, your ability to remain unshaken becomes the greatest source of strength. Consider the times in your life when everything felt overwhelming, when you were surrounded by stress, uncertainty, or conflict. In those moments, did you react with fear, anger, or anxiety? Or did you pause and tap into a deeper well of calm, choosing to remain centered and grounded, no matter the external circumstances? The power of unshakable peace comes from making the choice to respond to the storm with calmness, not panic. It comes from the decision to keep your mind clear, your heart steady, and your spirit unshaken, no matter what is going on around you. This is where true resilience is born. Resilience is not about being immune to pain or difficulty, but about your ability to withstand it and keep going. When you have inner peace, you build the resilience to face life's difficulties with grace and composure. The storms of life will still come, but you will not be tossed about by the winds of fear or stress. You will remain anchored like a tree with deep roots that cannot be uprooted by the strongest of winds. Peace allows you to navigate through life's challenges with clarity, confidence, and strength. Understanding that peace is a state of being that comes from within is liberating. It means that you are not dependent on external validation, approval, or circumstances to feel peaceful. You are the source of your own peace. This realization puts you in control of your own emotional state. When you master the art of cultivating inner peace, you are no longer a slave to the reactions of others or the ups and downs of life. You can walk through life with the assurance that no matter what happens, you can maintain your sense of calm and stability. In fact, unshakable peace becomes a protective shield around you. It doesn't mean that you won't feel the effects of stress or challenges, but it does mean that those effects won't overwhelm you. When you are rooted in peace, you can experience the difficulties of life without being consumed by them. You may feel sadness, frustration, or pain, but those emotions will not define you or dictate your actions. Instead, you will respond with wisdom, patience, and strength, knowing that peace is always within reach. There is a profound sense of freedom that comes with mastering this kind of peace. When you realize that peace is not dependent on your circumstances, you stop waiting for everything to align perfectly in order to feel calm. You can create peace at any moment by turning inward, by choosing to focus on what is steady and true within you. This freedom allows you to face life's challenges without fear, knowing that you are never at the mercy of external events. You can walk through life with a sense of tranquility that comes from knowing that your peace is yours to keep no matter what. The power of unshakable peace also transforms the way you interact with others. When you are at peace with yourself, you radiate calmness and positivity. You become a source of stability for those around you. People are drawn to your presence, not because everything in your life is perfect, but because your peace is unshakable. It has a magnetic quality, and it can inspire others to cultivate peace in their own lives. Ultimately, the power of unshakable peace gives you the strength to live a life that is not dictated by external forces. It enables you to face life's challenges with a quiet confidence, knowing that no matter what happens, you can remain calm, centered, and unshaken. It is a power that lies within you, waiting to be tapped into. And once you understand this truth, that peace is not the absence of trouble, but the ability to remain unshaken in the face of it, you will find that no storm in life can ever disturb your inner calm. As we conclude this journey of understanding, I want you to remember this simple yet profound truth. You are the master of your own life. The storms, the trials, the adversities, they are here to refine you. And the power to rise above them lies not in the world around you, but in the world within you. When you understand the power of perspective, you realize that no situation can truly harm you unless you allow it to. When you grasp the strength that comes from understanding your purpose, nothing can sway you off course. The power of choice is yours. Every moment is an opportunity to decide how you will respond. And with that response, you determine the quality of your life. Forgiveness is not just an act for others. It is a key that unlocks the chains that bind your own heart. Adversity is not an enemy, but a teacher, showing you the strength you never knew you had. And peace. True, unshakable peace is the foundation of all resilience. It is the calm within the storm, the steady anchor when everything around you is shifting. Understand this today. Nothing that happens in the external world has the power to define you. You define yourself. You are the sum of your decisions, your perspective, and the strength you cultivate within. With unshakable peace, with purpose, with choice, and with forgiveness, you are unstoppable. You are equipped to face any challenge, to rise above any adversity, and to live a life unburdened by the weight of the past or the fears of the future. So, walk boldly into your future, knowing that the true power to overcome anything lies within you. When you understand this, when you truly understand this, nothing, I mean nothing, will hurt you again. You are unshaken, you are resilient, and you're ready to conquer life with strength, peace, and unwavering confidence.